Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we made some improvements on the Underhive. I was not necessarily expecting to come back so soon with this improvement, make some upgrades, and as you can see, they are LED light related. Basically, they are on a remote control. I modified the actual enclosures to be able to better accommodate them in the board and provide like general lighting throughout. I'm just going to run through a couple of the colors and configurations, and then I'll fully light it up and everything, and we can kind of talk a little bit about it. So as you can see, I do have pretty good control with the remote, and I am able to basically target specific areas or specific lights to change just the ones that I want to change. It's not 100%, it's not perfect, but as you can see, I can basically go around and switch between, change one area, leave other one, but change half of it. I thought it would be kind of cool if you were doing like an objective based game, as the blue team starts to take over the map, basically map turns blue, but as the red team starts to take it back, couple objectives or whatever, it can turn back red. And again, when you have like fully lit board up and everything, it's a lot less it's not like it's overbearing. Right now obviously it looks insane because there's no other lights on, but I like this one. It gives kind of like an eerie glow to it. I don't know, I like that. It looks really good on the camera, that one does. Here's a little more green to it. That's not bad. But I think this one overall is probably like the best photogenically. You can see I'm just kind of like cycling through. A couple of these colors are like pretty close to each other, but you can kind of see how it like fades between them. This one's real dark on camera, but in real life it looks amazing. It looks awesome, this one does. Like both the dark blue and the dark purple both look awesome. This one's got like a little bit more of a pink glow. See, these ones aren't picking up as good right now because the other lights aren't on too. Like if I had the other lights on. See, this one might be one of my favorites as well. This one picks up really nice. The one inside the furnace is like pulsating. Yeah, you see it's like in there pulsating now. So you can kind of like change through a couple of them. So this one is set right now to the fade. And I'm going to speed it up. So you can see I can like speed it up pretty quick, or I can slow it down. Pretty cool, I think, the fade one is. And then jump, this one is. It just like flashes between them instead of like the casual like, fade, as it is so named. And then this is the smooth, is the next one. It's like somewhere in between, I guess. It's not quite the fade. It's still like kind of flashes though. Let me slow this one down. Basically just level it back out. The only thing I was kind of disappointed with is there's not like just like a regular old like yellow kind of like light, which is not like a huge deal, but I don't know, I would just think that there would be like a regular old like yellow, but there is not. So, alright, and now you can see with the other light on, it does kind of like change, because this is the green now. This is the regular green, and then I have like the light, like kind of like eerie looking. This one's a little more blue. That's like, yeah, I guess it picks up the greens a little different on camera, because it's definitely different than it's showing up. Obviously you got your red. But yeah, overall, man, real happy with these lights and how everything came out. I did make some changes to the Underhive as well, as you can see, but it was mostly like design changes to kind of like get the lights where I want them to be and get them discreetly. Because as you can see, like the actual lights themselves aren't really visible from anywhere. I mean, you can kind of see like the enclosures in a couple places. Because I did sort of turn like the thermic plasma conduit, into like a light structure. And then I did also put a bunch like, or a few I should say, like underneath hanging. And then I took like the actual like reactor basically and put one inside there, and then I have another one here in the back that you can't really make out, but it's like the mesh one over there. It's got like one inside there. The red one is not all that bright in comparison to like all the other ones. So it's actually a lot harder to see. So you can kind of see the green one now glowing. I think a little bit better. You could probably see them now. Most recent modifications or upgrades or whatever. You know, I guess just kind of like show them off. I mean, I'm real happy with the set I got. I mean, I basically spent, this is probably the best one for like the camera, I think, because it gives it like a little bit of extra depth, but it's not like overwhelming. Maybe could toss like one more in here or there, or I might do some like up above that are maybe even like out of camera or whatever. I do like kind of how it looks when you have like different lights kind of on different levels, but when you have multiple different colored lights, like I don't really like how it looks. Like it looks a little too like if you have like red, you know, green and blue or whatever. I don't know. That just doesn't really look good to me when you do like that. You could probably pull it off maybe on like a certain like smaller area. I mean, I planned it out as much as you can plan something like this out without even like having ever dealt with these pieces before or used them. I basically like was thinking I wanted to run like some kind of LED lights. So I started looking at just buying a bunch of like just regular LEDs and wiring them up. And you know, for the price, it just didn't seem like it was worth it versus like a pre-made product. So as soon as I got online and I started seeing them in the price for them, I think I paid less than 20 bucks for this set, and I got 12 of them. So you really can't beat that price right there. And then obviously, like, you know, having the remote control was like ridiculously cool because I thought I was gonna have to wire them up and do this and that. So I had a little extra time to basically, you know, modify the enclosures and everything and like set them up to like what I like. That looks really good on camera too, I'm not gonna lie. But basically like had an opportunity to modify the enclosures to make them like a little more small and a little more discreet and kind of fit into the board. And I'm gonna separate these videos up, and I'll do another video on you know, on that one as well. But I mean, overall, definitely happy with how it came out. Definitely happy with how the board came out. I was looking to have like, you know, have it base coated by now and start like painting the actual terrain. But to tell you the truth, I'm glad I waited for the lights and everything. And I did still have a bunch of little like things I needed to magnetize here and there. But overall, it was worth it. I did figure out a pretty good way to drill out some of my original pieces as well, because I had a bunch that I didn't get to drill out because basically built my set and I looked everywhere for videos and stuff on this and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find any kind of guides or anything like that. Someone had pointed out to me after I made my video about one of the game designers mentioning that there was essentially like the guides that you could put magnets on in the inside. So that was pretty cool, you know, seeing that that was out there afterwards. And I had actually watched an unboxing by that same guy and he didn't mention anything like that. So it was very weird, and they didn't do a very good job getting the idea out there. So I'm glad people in the community are sharing posts like that. And I do encourage you, you know, share mine, share everybody's, and get it out because it was sort of, it's not that hard once you want to magnetize one of these and it's already built. Because essentially all I did was just took a piece of one that wasn't magnetized yet, did a hole drilled through it to be magnetized, but it wasn't glued together yet. So then I took that one and I just put it up against this one and like went in line, drilled one hole, and then from the inside, once you have one hole, you can look over and see the other one, and you just drill the bit straight through, and then you get your second hole. So then you can have, you know, I wouldn't drill out every one of them with 4 holes or magnetize like every part of every one because you only have so many accessories. But I magnetized like all my accessories. That one was super easy to do. You basically just put the magnet right in the middle. The computer screen one, same type of deal.